And we're back. Yes. Although it's been about 3 fucking hours. Yes. Trust me, bruv, you don't want to chat that's got diarrhea. Trust me on that one. And you do want to put ceramic tiles everywhere on the ground floor. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, the footage of Lotus II RECS, which is Lotus 3 on the Amiga, was so horrendous that I had to move the camera. No. I've decided to record it again. And this is almost going to be real time, because probably be uploaded today, the same day I'm recording it actually. A true afternoon with Oziris. Me! Yes. Now I'm having to use the old RF input ding dong. Yep, that's the one. I'm going to go with that. Automatic gear always. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know what the fuck that is. I think you can define your own like races and stuff. Oh, actually, yes. That's not right. I wonder if it's saving. No, I remember that was full. Obstacles, fuck all. Steepness, very few hills but steep as fuck. Maximum length. That's what the girls want, innit? The girls, innit? Let's see what we can yeah, it doesn't sound great because it's on the RF, but other than that, picture looks alright actually for RF. I would use a SCART RGB cable I got, but the cable's not really long enough, even for this tiny living room. It must only be for millennials, isn't it? With their even smaller tiny flats. I never seen a generation celebrate so much that they can't afford a normal sized property of any kind. Well, my cats have started jumping about as if there's a poltergeist in the room. Yeah, anyway, let's get on with it. Let's try this track first. Obviously I've got my cup of tea, so that means we're ready to go. Let's get the cup of tea a bit closer, innit? So we're going to do that, and yeah, you want that one that's the fastest. Yeah, no offence to people who love the Megadrive sound chip, but I'm going to go with sound effects. Says it all. I keep forgetting it's not loading, you just press the button thinking, oh wow, that's dark, hang on a minute. Shit. That's not good. That's not good for anyone. The hell? What the hell was I playing? Oh, actually, I was playing the 620 in one last, so that has ridiculously high contrast and brightness and colour saturation on it. This isn't the track I wanted. Never mind. Let's go. Now of course Lotus 3 on the Amiga is a bit choppy unless you play it on the CD32 or Amiga 1200 with the appropriate crack. I'm doing terribly here. Yeah, don't smoke and drive. Actually, just don't fucking smoke. Especially you, Pack Billy. Do not smoke, Pack Billy. Do not smoke. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying now. Oh yeah. Yeah, Lotus 3 on the Amiga 500 is really choppy, and there's a technical reason for that. There's just not enough time for the game engine to run with this with this cough. Now, course designer. No, I don't think we need fuel just yet. So the frame rate on this is not quite as good as Lotus 2 on the Amiga 1000, which is what I had. Especially in NTSC mode where it's even faster than what I remember as a kid. Being from the UK, of course. But it's a hell of a lot smoother than Lotus 3 on the Amiga, so... Oh buddy, what are you doing on the box with the camera? Hey! Oh no! Come on, come on. I didn't move it too badly. Is that even in focus? For fuck's sake. Yeah, unlike Formula 1 2004 and the PS2, you don't immediately crash when you unpause the game. Oh man, come on! Yeah, I will say that the difference between how the Megadrive is doing this game and an Amiga 1200, let's say, is am I actually low on fuel? No, I think we can do another course. I think it's better if you don't do a looped course. Yeah, we might not make it. Damn you, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah. It's like the difference between how the same game has to be done on the Xbox, the original Xbox, and the PlayStation 2, to be quite frank. There's a massive difference. The Megadrive is like an Atari ST, 12.5% slower CPU, plus some really good graphics chip for the time, 1989. Oh, crap, I didn't go in the pits. See, you just lose all the places now. That's the one downfall of this game. They don't need to pit. They never pit. So I'm guessing someone put a kilo of sugar in my fuel tank. Dirty bastard. Yeah, so at full pelt it's actually quite fast for a 7 MHz 68,000, but that's because it's using sprites for a lot of stuff. That was, for me, that was the Amiga's biggest problem. They put a blitter in there, but the sprites are NES quality. I'm sorry, that's what they are. 16 pixels wide, 3 colours. Didn't do too good there, did we? Man, I need some tea or something. My throat's gone all dry from all the hard cleaning I've had to do. I feel like Samuel L. Jackson in that film. Yeah, that one that you all forgot about. This is a roadworks course. That'd be interesting. The roadworks course. I don't get what they mean. I hope that's a weed and not diarrhea. Or at least, you see, you can go in the litter tray. Why don't you always go in the litter tray when you do a weed? I know it's you, I've seen you. Ooh, they're just like really naughty. So I've got 0 obstacles. That's the nighttime scene, which I might do later. That's the desert scene. For some reason there's an oasis. Is that the desert scene? The marsh one is not bad. Yeah, let's change the course length actually. If I have to refuel and they don't, that's not fair. Oh, we have got that kind of non-repeating race. Oh, okay. Hello, buddy. Which one are you? You know what? They'd get a lot more people to quit if they put on their smoking, passive smoking for your pets shortens their life. I bet a lot more people would quit then. I reckon a lot of people who do smoke are single anyway, but they do have pets. Yeah, this is the one we're gonna play. Let's go. Yeah, you really only want this car, the Esprit. The other ones are just not as fast, so I don't see the point really. I suppose it makes it easier. You can take the corners a bit faster. You have to wait a few seconds, so it's not instant. I'm on the brakes. Yeah, I'm on the brakes at the start line. What a knob. Famously, this game is not on the SNES. I do actually think that it would be a bit of an ask for the 3.5 MHz CPU. It doesn't even run it, I think it runs at 2.8 as well sometimes. Don't know enough about that technically to know why they would do that. Does it overheat if it runs at that speed? Do you lose DMA channels if that's what it uses? But yeah, I mean, most of the racing games on the SNES use that shitty, what people call Mode 7, but actually isn't Mode 7 or whatever. You know, the F-Zero Mario Kart routine. Basically a baby pushing a Matchbox die-cast little car over one of them play mats with the roads drawn on it. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Might actually do a video of that one day, buy some little Mario Kart toys I buy one of them little placemats with the roads on it that they give to the kids in the in the restaurants. And just go, have the music from Mario Kart and the sound effects, and combine it with a video of me pushing the cars around with my hand. Don't know how we're going to do that. We're going to have to create some sort of little trolley to put the camera on, and probably loads of sellotape to stop it falling off. I think that'd be a really fun video to do. And I haven't done the Benny Hill Street Fighter 2 thing yet either. I can't even get to that side. Oh, you just stop in the middle of the road in front of a pile of rocks and they fill you up. Oh, actually, I didn't need to do that. Oh, crap. But yeah, as I was saying, the Megadrive is basically an Amiga as far as the CPU side goes. And then it has got a Z80 8-bit processor to control the sound chip. I think it does actually have a Z80 in it. So it's an Amiga, a ZX Spectrum. Hey, what are you doing back here? Oh, crap. See, you're never going to win at these games if you've got loads of cats. Especially if it's not their sleep time. But I thought this would be the best time of day to do this recording. Because if it's too sunny you get my reflections. If the only light you get is coming from the TV or one of them shitty 40-watt light bulbs, well, I can still see the screen, so that's the important thing. Screw you lot. That's what she's saying. You're probably thinking, I don't get told off if I don't block his point of view. What's this big red shiny thing? Well, we're still 20th, we're doing terribly. I'm always terrible at this roadworks course because I don't like the obstacles business. And it's one thing I didn't like about Chase HQ. When you go over the bit with the dusty dirt road. Wow, I thought you broke that there, Claudia. We did terribly there. But you do get to play all the tracks. So... Oh! I read something in Zap 64 yesterday. And it's kind of relevant because I've just uploaded Can You Ever Have Too Much Gauntlet 4 on the Megadrive 1 out of 10 minute spectacular, which nobody is going to watch anyway. But I was reading a review of Gauntlet 2 in Zap magazine. Now I don't know if I've uploaded my video of Gauntlet 2. I think I did. I think I was playing it on the emulator. But Gauntlet 1 on the C64 has smooth scrolling. Gauntlet 2 on the C64 does not have smooth scrolling at all. Everything is character based, like a bloody Spectrum game that uses more than 2 colours on the screen. Because they have to scroll the attributes, you see. And I was like, wow. Julian Rignall did not pick up on that. Within the few months between the 2 reviews, I think it's like half a year. But yeah, I couldn't believe that they didn't pick that up. So I'm a better games reviewer than Gary Penn or Julian Rignall. There you go, mate. Those are the facts. You don't like it. I know you don't like it. You're all thinking, what the fuck? But that's a fact, mate. You just have to deal with it. Those are the facts. You have to get over it. Because I wouldn't have been happy with Gauntlet 2 on the C64 after having Gauntlet 1. No sir. The only thing they did was make the main sprite bigger, everything else is the same. And the main sprite now makes everyone look like a midget. So the midgets look like fucking fetuses on the ground, isn't it? Like alien fetuses on Alien Syndrome. I don't know why they never did Alien Syndrome for the Mega Drive. That's one thing I always used to think, that's just a missed opportunity. It would have been great. I know it doesn't have the palette for it, there's a lot of subtle colours going on. But the 64 colours is enough, especially if you have to drop a few shades of like metallic bright yellow. Oi, what are you doing on the bob? Hey! So who are you sitting next to me? Oh, it's you. You don't even like the camera. What are you doing on the camera, buddy? No, I don't want the music. My cat's trying to get me to play the rubbish music, but what's the point? So yes, they just made your sprites bigger, which is just the only time they use a hardware sprite. Everything else is still bloody character blocks. But when they smoothly scrolled, it didn't really matter that much, to be honest, because it gave the effect that they were moving smoothly, even if they moved in character blocks. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Gary Penn didn't mention that either, but you know what? That was the first thing I noticed when I played it, and it's not the emulator at all. That is what caught me to his life on the C64. Is worse. The game design may be better because Courtney 2 is a better design, but no. I suppose I should teach you all how to take the corners in Lotus. Well, 1, 2 or 3 actually, but I'm not doing a very good job at the moment because I'm not going at maximum speed often enough. That's where you should go for the time really if you want to practice cornering. See, if you go around the corner, you'll drift to the outside if you've got the accelerator pushed down. Just like in games like Pit Stop 2 on the C64, but when you take your finger off the accelerator button, it will move to the apex of the corner, so I'm trying to keep an eye on the cats as well. And that's basically how you drift through the turns, so it's sort of a 16-bit 2.5D version of Ridge Racer as far as the handling goes. Once you know that, you can actually start to try overtaking while you're going around the corner. The thing is, the difference between understeer and oversteer, which is essentially what they're trying to show with that technique, is like the difference between a 70s BMW with a powerful 6-cylinder engine and a 90s version of this, exactly the same car with probably even more power. If you've ever driven a 70s BMW in the wet with like 150 horsepower, brown trousers time, trust me on that, you probably just stop and go to a motel or something and sleep out the rain. But on the old famous Z-axle of the BMW E36 models, that's 1990 to 98, I believe, or is it 99? Oh crap, I'm looking at the cats. I was actually looking at the camera because I thought it moved. Wow man, why can't you all leave the camera alone? Wait, I'm doing badly enough as it is, come on, buddy, wait, it's emergency, come on, why do you want this, wait, that's so rude. Ugh, camera could fall and hit the ceramic tiles at any minute. I didn't put Petsky type patterns in this room so they could break my bloody camera. That's just rude, man. Where's the pits thing? I thought the pits was just after the, there we go. See, I was was actually in the lead. Splash and Dash will do it. Oh God, we've got another cat. We're down to 5th place. I bet Alan Prost never had this problem. Or Joe Winklehawk. Or even Roberto Ravaglia. But once you've sussed the handling, that's the thing with this game. And it's even better with a joystick, I think. It'd be great with a steering wheel, but I don't think there was any way to use an analog steering wheel with this game. Maybe I will have some music. Oh, that's just annoying when it does that. So you've come to move this as well now, have you? 1, 2, 3. How many bloody cats are there? Oh, yeah, they're not allowed in the bedrooms until the diarrhea years are over, as I like to call them. Oh, that's a desert. So what's this one then? Yeah, we'll have that. I don't know who actually programmed this version. Ooh, that's a bit risky, you being on there. I don't know if I like that. You're a bit weird. You're a bit of a maniac, ain't you? Must be all the inbreeding. Oops. Oh, there's no noise coming from the house next door. Oh, that's nice. They turned up at 8 o'clock in the morning. This is like the 3rd week in a row. Is someone being sick? No. And there were people who lived there for about a decade. They were renting it, same people. They must have turned that house into a real disgusting shithole. Like, what's that geezer's name? He's on Watchdog. Matt Albright, I think. Yeah, you'll know if you're in the UK. And he used to go to these council places that they finally managed to get people out of. And it was like, whoa, you need like full, CDC bodysuit, fucking mask and everything. Oh, bloody hell. They chucked out so much shit, it's disgusting, actually. I even saw the toilet seat, classic. And yet, these people were working, it's like, they had kids. It didn't look like they cared too much about the hygiene levels of the house for their kids. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen these graphics. Certainly not that rubbish sky that looks like something drawn on a Spectrum. Well, possibly a C64, I guess. Yeah, actually, I reckon you could do those graphics quite well on a C64 because the orange and yellow on the RF would blend in so much. Another thing to do. It's a good thing I recorded the first thing I was going to do. Oh yeah, the Mario Kart thing. Yeah, so that's 2 things I've got to do. 2 more videos to do that hardly anyone in the world is ever going to watch. Yeah, it doesn't quite work on this surface. Looks like I'm in Mexico actually, rather than a desert. Nice palm trees. Yeah, I was out speaking of Mexico. I watched that Breaking Bad movie, El Camino, the new one. Now I have to say, I wouldn't really call it a movie as such. It's like a mini-series and they've just taken out the 2 sets of start and end credits that would ruin it in the middle. It's just over 2 hours long, including the credits. which are really long on Netflix for some reason. And basically I didn't like how Breaking Bad finished for two reasons. And one of those reasons was, well, you don't really get to see what happens to Jesse Pinkman. That's quite important. He's been in like every episode from the start for like 5 seasons. It seemed a bit rushed. But they definitely don't regret the other decision they made, which was basically to kill off the main character in the last episode. So they've actually rammed that point home in the movie. Not that you didn't know anyway, because he dies in the last episode. I'm not going to put any fuel. I'd rather run out of fuel. Risk it for 2 biscuits and a cup of cocoa, so. Or hot milk and chocolate cookies. I bet that's nice. I feel a trip to Farm Foods coming on. I'm sure they sell Oreos, although I wouldn't call them cookies. Well, I could take out the cream filling from the middle. Now, concentrate, Mad Commodore. You're talking about El Camino, the Breaking Bad movie. And yes, as I was saying, it's kind of like what they should have done as like an extra 3 episodes after the last ever episode of Breaking Bad. Wow, just enough fuel to do that one. And we came first as well. Always good. Girls don't like it when you come first though. So let them win when they're playing Lotus 2 or Lotus on the Amiga. They just moved the damn camera again. No. Yeah, so I'm going to do the actual desert track. No, I'm not going to do that. So that's a track that isn't. Oh, hey! Stop going on the bloody box. Go on. I'll find somewhere else to bloody sit. Yeah, so. Man, I've got enough problems remembering what I've got to say. Yeah, you don't get that track. I don't think you get the wind on the windy track, which I think is that one. Amiga has better colour palette, so the shades will be better on the fog and the night race. I don't like the motorway. That's the windy track, and that's the marsh track. Windy track is quite boring for you guys, so we go with that one. Again with the silence of the music. The silence of the Megadrive music option. Yeah, this looks most like where I live actually. Nice dual carriageways, lots of greenery. Not sure about the nice fluffy clouds and blue sky. That was more 2018. Why is it? Alright, it's just telling me the pits are there, it's not telling me to actually pit. You see how I just overtook them around the corners. So anyone who tells you there's no handling on the Lotus 3 on the Amiga or Lotus II RECS on the Megadrive, they're talking out their arse, mate. They're doing a Gary Penn and Julian Rignall quality review of Gauntlet 2. Yeah, I got a bugbear about that. Now, I can't go back to Zap, read their reviews and base that on what games I want to play. Because actually I don't have any way to put any data on the SD card on the SD to IEC my reseller mate gave me for free, which I factored into the extra 20 or 30 quid, and then I would have paid for the Vectrex, so it all evens out. Yeah, he actually gave me a boxed Commodore printer for the SX64. I was like, that was yonks ago though. I've never paid it on. I was just like, But he didn't tell me it was free, he just brought it around to say like, I thought you'd like to see this. Because it's in the box and everything, manual, pulleys, whatever it used to prop it up inside the box. And the unit itself is mint. It's really nice actually. And the box is like the box that would have come with the SX64, which I don't have a boxed version of. I don't think I'll ever see a boxed SX64. But if my reseller mate got it, I'll probably buy it. I'll probably think, well, you only live once, mate. I don't know what's wrong with Stinky there. Look, you've all got like 3 massive sofa cushions, well minus one, because I'm actually using their sofa at the moment. Yeah, they get a free cleaning contract with the sofa they got for Christmas last year. Don't know what I should get my cats this year actually. Nah, crap. This is quite realistic because I always drive to the limit of the fuel gauge. In fact, I think it was 1994. I got a BMW 325i Sport with the onboard second computer, which has a digital clock instead of the old analog clock. And that used to have like average miles per gallon, range on current, fuel levels and all that. And I would test it to the limit because I did such short journeys sometimes, like less than a mile. So yeah, I think we've done the length of the track just right, so you can always make it without refueling. Ooh, I wonder if Mainmeister is going to do my question to Sean Southern at the Blackpool, what's it called? Play event or something, I don't know. Anyway, isn't that the one we just done? No, we didn't. Let's do the motorway. See if we get the old lorries carrying the logs. Or telegraph poles it could be. And you drive under them and you go, yeah! Didn't do that on the Amiga version of Lotus 3. I did notice that. And something I did notice only yesterday for the first time in my life is how damn choppy the music is on Marble Madness on the Amiga. I doubt very much that is the emulator. I never noticed that before, but it's only when you actually watch the arcade and the Megadrive and the Sharp 68000 versions and hear the the soundtrack on those, that you actually notice it. Oh, bloody hell, this is really hard actually. This is why racing games where the road is too narrow are just shit. Never buy them. From VCS to PlayStation 4, that's a great rule. Oh crap. Because you can't exactly use the other lane because they're coming the other way and you've got even less time to dodge them. Yeah, this really tests your overtaking skills, which is a bit weird for a motorway. There's one thing you don't get tested is whether your cat jumps in front of your windscreen and blocks your view. Or how quickly you can turn left and right. That definitely doesn't happen on the motorway. This is a real slog, this track. You know what, I don't like this track and I don't think you can get out of it. See, I'm looking at the cats because I think they're scratching a box and I don't know what one. Stinky, what are you doing, mate? Yeah, but there've been no. Yeah, see, there've been no junctions where the lorries carrying the big logs of timber are crossing over that I've seen, and that was one of the best features, because when you get to that section, there's actually none of this bullshit in the middle, I don't think. But it's very fast and smooth. Just makes you wonder what the Amiga would have been capable of if the sprites weren't so shit and you didn't have to do everything with a bloody blitter chip. Because the setup time on the blitter is a killer. If you're doing blitting loads of small things like bullets and shit. And plus if you do like software parallax with a blitter, you have to overlap loads of graphics, so again, basically have to draw 1.5 screens instead of one screen every 50th of a second. So it's a real and of course Commodore never fixed that. You know, they added a blitter and a second sound chip to the successor of the C64, the C65 that was never released, and that's amazing that, you know, the C65 has actually got a blitter. Oh, race over because... Oh, is it race over because I ran out of fuel? That's the only time. But yeah, see, I don't like that track. That's even... nah. I'm going to have to get the other Lotus game for the Mega Drive and see if you do get the lorries now. Actually, there was one up on eBay today for £1.90 and £1.50 odd for the postage. Just a loose cartridge I need because I've got the box and the instructions for it. Hey. Ah, press the wrong button. Oh no! I don't want this shit. Oh crap. Oh man, I don't know what... Right, let's have some music then. I think this is the title music. I think this is the one I like the least on the Amiga, so I won't notice it. Oh, it's the motorway again. No, please. Oh crap. Because you can't exit. There's no way to... Oh, actually, if you press all 3 buttons while it's paused, you exit. Well done to that person who put that feature in there. Yeah, see, the handling on the snow and the desert levels is shit, and the graphics are not that impressive. So, we'll do the rain level. Go. I want to see if you get the lightning. Oh yeah, this looks like standard fare. Lightning is a bit Atari ST in quality. Actually, the Atari ST version of Lotus II, by coincidence, also happens to be the best racing game engine ever done on that machine too. I mean, it's not as smooth as the Mega Drive or the Amiga, but it's not bad. I suppose all the Archimedes. Yeah, this is kind of the speed of the Acorn Archimedes version of Lotus. I think it's 2. Only one of them come out on the Archimedes. And it's identical to the Amiga with a frame rate of the Mega Drive. Because obviously the Archimedes has a similar sound chip to the Amiga. is sample based. 8 channels, however, and software controlled stereo panning between left and right. So the Amiga would need 16 hardwired 8-bit channels. Buddy, what are you doing? Oh no, no, no! This is a real nightmare. What is it about this Nike trainers box you lot all like? Why do cats like... I suppose everyone knows cats like boxes, isn't it? Yeah, the only thing with this is the hand thing is actually the same as in the Drive. That's the only thing I'd say. The snow and the desert ones are a lot more slidey. There's a lot more understeer going on here. Yeah, so the Atari ST version of Lotus 2 is also very good for that machine. The ultimate version of Lotus 2, you'll need to get an NTSC Amiga. Simple as that really. Even an Amiga 500 to do. I don't think we're going to make it on this fuel level because we're too far from the checkpoint. You have to get past the checkpoint before it really starts complaining. So yeah, if I play this for an hour, it's a bit like the first proper job I had actually, and also the last proper job that lasted more than months. Actually lasted years, because that used to be an hour's drive. There was a combination of 3-lane dual carriageway. It wasn't a motorway. I was only allowed to do 60 on that piece of shit. Oh no, out of fuel. Oh, what a bastard. You have to do splash and dash, mad Commodore, innit? So yeah, if you've got an ST, definitely check it out. And it don't cost that much either if you want to buy the real thing. If you've got a Mega STE or a Falcon, get a fixed version that will run on there, especially with a time going down twice as fast. Let's check out the snow, come on, Christmases are coming. That's not Christmassy. That's horrible. I'll have to do my own Christmas carols just to get the Christmas mood going. Yeah, methinks not. Let's go. So yeah, I suppose, if your parents didn't have 500 quid for that hideous looking Amiga 500. Well, actually the frame rate's a bit more choppy here. And you got a Megadrive instead. You could at least buy Lotus 2 or Lotus 3 replicas for the Megadrive. And, apart from the Atari ST sounding, sound effects here, no idea why they didn't use the sample channel for the engine noise from the Megadrive. It has got one. It's not great, but it's better than this noise. Maybe they sampled the Atari ST, who knows, sir? Ah shit, we sampled the wrong computer. You stupid bastard! That's electronic farts for you, isn't it? Yeah, may I recommend watching that Top Gear episode with Olivier Penis? Olivia Panis. When they're doing the ice racing. I think that's the one where Richard Hammond has a Nissan 300 ZX thing, which Jeremy Clarkson calls a porn star's car or something. I don't know. But yeah, the point is, if your parents weren't willing to or couldn't afford to spend that sort of money on an Amiga, the only thing you really miss out on is the music. You don't really miss out on the game. Well, apart from the fact that you have to play it with a joypad, because you can't get a zip stick for the Megadrive. You could make one, probably. You only need to use 2 buttons for this game, brake and accelerate. Well, check out that. That was for the pole position, sir. I better do a bloody splash and dash this time. I'd have to say Lotus. Yeah, that do. Not on the box, you little shit. Oi! No! You're just going to drop the camera, come on. I don't know what the hell's wrong with them. They just can't see me win a race. I bet Damon Hill never had that problem with his cats. Yeah, doing it on purpose because I've locked them out all the bedrooms now. I'm not having diarrhea on the carpet, for fuck's sake. Yes, my point was exactly. You know, Mega Drive was between 100 and 150, depending when you actually got one, what year. And you still get to play a proper 2.5D. Essentially, this is a rally game, even though you've got Lotus cars, because you've got all weathers, different handling. What the hell are they doing? What are you doing back there, buddy? He's got that crazy eye. Well, let's yeah, see, I'd probably be just near Colchester about now, on my way to work. You all know where I used to work. I'm sure I said it in one of the videos. So I remember putting it in the comments, just saying hello to Andrew Brable. Councillor speaking to him. Yeah, anyway. Let's do the fog level, let's go. Now obviously, hopefully you'll be able to see the texture on the road now. Because there is some road texture mapping going on. I'm pretty sure the Amiga version didn't have that. Tried to find a long play of the CD32 version, couldn't find it. So I'm curious now if the CD32 version is actually different code to the Amiga 500 version. It runs a lot smoother. That's the only official version that needed AGA, because it was classed as a CD32 game. It wasn't sold like Defender of the Crown 2 as a CD-TV and CD32 game. So maybe it does have textures. I'll have to check out the one video that's like more than a few minutes. Yeah, the frame rate on this section is a bit laggy compared to the others. Only a tiny bit though, we're only talking like 1 frame per second difference, but it is noticeable. And not in all their areas for some reason. I did wonder if it was the raster effect. Yeah, I know I'm a genius driver. I just nearly hit the bloody sign just as I was saying driver. But yeah, once you crack the handling on Lotus, that is the key. And that is no different to when you first got Colin McRae Rally 3 on your brand new Xbox or WRC free on your PlayStation 2 you got later on. You have to get used to the handling. Once you get used to the handling, as long as it's consistent and responsive to the controller input, then you're good to go. You just play it until you're better at it. And there we go, he just took another place, although I think he took it off me in the first place. So what would really be nice would be if Sean Southern would do Lotus 4, a crowd-funded game, and because it's my bloody idea, I should get to direct that one. No stupid 16 colours to make it faster bullshit comments, nothing like that, thank you. What Lotus could really have done is a map to show where you are. I don't know what they're using the sprites for, so I'm not really sure about that. But it would be nice if you could have a map, you know, like Monaco or games like that, Super Monaco GP. I think that would help on this circuit especially. Maybe they would only do it for this circuit. And I'd like a version programmed specifically for the Amiga 4040 as well as for the 1200. There's loads of things you could do actually. Of course, but still got to have the Amiga 500 version. Bloody hell, I think we've passed the... it's really hard to tell with those graphics on the light grey background, especially with RF. Damn you, Scott Cable, for being 1 metre. Damn you. I mean, basically, people must use their little CRTs in the toilet or something. I just hit someone. That's my no claims bonus gone in it. Yeah, I have to say, I'm glad the footage came out shit, because I'm quite enjoying this at the moment. Done that one, done that one, done that one, done the rain, haven't done the desert. I'm pretty sure I haven't done this one. Yeah, so that was my question to Mainmeister. I specifically put it on there to say if he could ask Sean Southern if he could still program the Amiga today, even if he has to get back into it. I don't mean, you know, literally go home and start programming the best sequel to Lotus 2 or 3, whichever you prefer. And if he does still like tinker with like programming on that sort of level, and still knows how to do it, he might not. You know, as you get older, you don't really have that sort of concentration. So, would he consider doing like a crowd-funded game or something like that, or a Kickstart? I think it's worth it. I reckon you'd make more money out of that than if you did it for fucking iPhone. Because not enough people would even find it on iPhone to download it. And you'd have to give it away for like 99p anyway. Yeah, you don't hear the sound of the wind. On the Amiga version you do get the wind, and that's quite nice. And this is actually exclusive to Lotus 3 on the Amiga. For Amigas, that is. And STs. Wasn't in Lotus 2. But yeah, I wonder what Sean's gonna say if Mr. 4:30 AM Cornflakes actually remembers, or even read the comments on that video. There was a comment in the Friday Waffle video, but unfortunately he hasn't answered any of those questions for a few weeks now, so I don't know if he's even read them. In which case we're fucked. The entire happiness of the worldwide Amiga community, well, who actually like Lotus games, rests on Mainmeister's memory. We're fucked! Actually, whether he read it or not, whether he had time to read it, we're even more fucked. Oh well. Yeah, see, the thing is, without the actual sound of the wind,